There's a new buzz going around about Simon Ekpa. Yes, the Finland-based Nigerian political activist who's been at the center of many controversies relating to the Southeast. Right now, reports are circulating that his name has been linked to something very serious: weapons smuggling. And this has caught everyone's attention, both in Nigeria and abroad. According to what's been trending online and what's appearing in some court-related documents, there are claims suggesting that Simon Ekpa's activities may have gone beyond social media talk. Some reports allege that certain intelligence findings and documents now being examined in court connect his network to illegal arms movement into parts of Nigeria. Now, this is still under investigation, and no one has been convicted yet. But the fact that his name is showing up in such reports has made Nigerians start asking, is this really true? Now, before we go deep, please my people, if you're watching this video right now, kindly like this video and subscribe to the channel. It helps a lot and it keeps you updated on everything happening in Nigeria as it breaks. So, back to the gist. Simon Ekpa has always presented himself as a freedom campaigner, especially for Biafra, and he has been making headlines for directing sit-at-home orders in the Southeast region. Many times, these orders have caused tension, business losses, and even violence in some areas. But now, with this new allegation about weapon smuggling, the conversation has changed entirely. People are saying, wait, if he's really involved in this, does it mean all those sit-at-home activities have more behind them than just agitation? Court documents that are reportedly circulating suggest that there might have been transactions and communications traced to certain groups connected to armed men in the region, and some of those names appear linked to people close to Simon Ekpa's circle. But again, let's be clear, he hasn't been convicted, and his lawyers are already trying to set the record straight, saying these are false accusations meant to destroy his reputation. Now, if you know Simon Ekpa, you know he's not someone who stays quiet. He has already gone online, defending himself, calling the reports fake and politically motivated. He claims that the Nigerian government and certain international agencies are trying to silence him because of his outspoken stance on Biafra. But people are still divided. Some say he's fighting for his people. Others say he's using the struggle to cause chaos. Before we continue, my people, please, if you're following this gist and enjoying the update, don't forget to hit that like button right now and subscribe so you won't miss any of our daily updates. Now, let's talk about the big question people are asking. If Simon Ekpa is really being investigated for weapon smuggling, what does it mean for the Southeast region? Because, let's be honest, the security situation there is already tense. The police, the army, and even the state governments have been trying to calm things down. But every time Simon Ekpa makes an announcement from Finland, it seems to stir something new. Just imagine someone outside the country giving orders that can shut down an entire region. That's huge. Now add this new twist about weapon smuggling. It's no surprise the security agencies are paying serious attention. Some analysts are saying that if these allegations are confirmed, it could change how the international community views the Biafran movement entirely. It may even lead to more restrictions on people funding or supporting these kinds of activities from abroad. And Nigerians, people have already started reacting online. Some are saying, make them show us evidence. We no go believe until we see. Others are calling for Finland and Nigerian authorities to cooperate to find the truth. Remember that in the past, the Nigerian government actually petitioned Finland to take action over Simon Ekpa's broadcasts because they believed his messages were contributing to violence in Nigeria. So, this new development could reopen that diplomatic issue again. And let's be honest, there's a lot of curiosity about how Finland will respond. Will they ignore it? Or will they start asking questions too? Because if you check the tone online now, even some international outlets are starting to mention his name again. Now, one important thing we should also look at is how this whole story affects people on the ground, especially in the southeast. Many residents are tired of the insecurity and they just want peace and progress. Most traders, transporters, and business people have suffered losses during every sit-at-home. So if there's any connection between arms smuggling and all these activities, it would mean innocent people have been paying the price without knowing what's going on behind the scenes. But again, everything is still unfolding. What we're seeing now are just early revelations, and court proceedings are still in motion. Until there's a clear verdict, we can't jump to conclusions. However, this situation is definitely one to watch closely. My people, please let me know in the comments what you think about this. Do you believe Simon Ekpa could be involved in something like this? Or do you think it's just a political plot to discredit him? I'd really love to read your thoughts. And please, don't forget, like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notification bell so you won't miss any breaking news or gist like this. So, as we were saying, this Simon Ekpa case is getting more interesting by the day. After the reports about his alleged link to weapon smuggling started circulating, more reactions began to pour in from both Nigerian officials and international observers. What's even more surprising is how divided public opinion has become. Some Nigerians are saying this is a clear case of international crime, while others believe it's just another way of trying to silence a loud voice that's speaking against the government. Now, according to the details being shared across different platforms, part of the alleged case involves tracking how money and materials were moved across borders. And some of these movements are now being looked at as possible support lines for armed groups operating in parts of the southeast. Again, nothing is officially confirmed yet, but you know how these things go. Once court documents and intelligence reports start surfacing, people begin to connect the dots. Before we go deeper, my people, if you haven't liked this video yet, I beg, hit that like button right now and subscribe to this channel. It helps the video reach more people, and you'll always get our real-time news and gist as it drops. Now, let's look at something interesting. Simon Ekpa's supporters, especially those in the diaspora, have been very vocal. They're calling these reports propaganda. Many of them say Simon is being framed because he's exposing what they call government failures in the southeast. Some even argue that he's being targeted the same way Nnamdi Kanu was. They're demanding fairness, and they want international organizations to step in and make sure this isn't a witch hunt. On the other hand, you have ordinary citizens in Nigeria who are saying enough is enough. They believe the tension in the southeast has gone on for too long. And if people like Simon are indeed contributing to it, directly or indirectly, then there should be accountability. People want peace. They want to go to work, do their business, and live without fear of violence or sudden shutdowns. And let's not forget how this story connects to something bigger. The issue of online influence. Think about it. Simon Ekpa isn't even in Nigeria, yet his messages reach thousands of people instantly. It shows the power of social media and how it can shape real-life events. That's why the government has been talking about ways to regulate online broadcasts that can incite violence. But it's a fine line, because freedom of speech is also part of democracy. Now, another twist that's making this story hotter is that the Nigerian authorities have been reaching out through diplomatic channels. Some reports claim that Finland might be asked to investigate further or even take legal steps if there's enough evidence. This kind of case doesn't just stay within one country. It becomes an international issue, especially when it involves things like weapon smuggling or terrorism financing. Again, let me pause quickly. My people, if you're watching and you've not subscribed yet, please subscribe now and click the notification bell. You know I always bring you verified updates and real-time analysis. Don't miss any gist. Now back to the matter. If Finland actually decides to open a formal investigation, it could change Simon Ekpa's situation completely. It could mean travel restrictions, frozen accounts, or even extradition requests, depending on what the court findings reveal. But that's still far from certain. For now, it's just reports and documents being reviewed. And while all of this is happening, something else is playing out online. Fake news. You know Nigerians and how information spreads. Some blogs are already twisting the story, using misleading headlines just to get clicks. That's why we always advise people to confirm from trusted sources before believing or sharing anything. Now, this whole situation also opens a bigger conversation. The role of activism in Nigeria. When does activism cross the line into something else? There's a difference between speaking up for your people and encouraging actions that could harm innocent citizens. Many people are saying that leaders like Simon Ekpa should learn to use their influence responsibly because their words carry weight. And people on the ground actually listen and act. And let's be honest, my people, we've seen how the Southeast has suffered. Markets shut down, businesses destroyed, fear in the air. And it's ordinary people that feel it the most. So, if those allegations about arms smuggling are true, it would mean some people have been profiting while others are suffering. But if it's not true, and it's just an attempt to tarnish Simon Ekpa's image, then that's also a big issue because it shows how political fights can destroy reputations. Right now, Nigerians are just watching to see how this case unfolds. Everyone is asking, will Simon Ekpa be summoned? Will Finland cooperate with Nigeria? Will there be any arrest or trial? Or will the story fade away like many others before it? As of now, Simon himself has remained active online. He continues to post, criticize the government, and insist that he's being targeted. But one thing is clear. This particular case has shaken things up. It's not just a small social media issue anymore. It has become a matter that involves law enforcement and international attention. My people, please let me know in the comments. What do you think is really happening? Do you believe these reports? Or do you think it's all a political setup? And please, don't forget again, like this video right now, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who follows Nigerian politics, because this one is just getting started. In the next part, we'll look at how these allegations could affect the Biafran movement itself, what this means for Nnamdi Kanu's ongoing case, and how both supporters and critics are reacting online. You don't want to miss that part.